I really hope you got your measurements right.
Oh yeah, I know it's gonna be okay. It's just knowing the fact that we're cutting a hole in our perfectly good wall.
I know.
Yeah, it's 2 feet over that way.
No going back. That looks good. That looks like a legit wall right there. You know something else funny? All this kind of stuff, I feel like normally when you go into a house or into a building, this is the kind of stuff that you don't notice. These vents and everything up on the wall.
Well, vents like this are normal AC, so you don't even...
Exactly, you don't even realize that they're there half the time.
Yeah.
But the fact that we've built it all, I'm excited about installing this fan. So how's the sanding so far?
Sucks.
Is it really bad?
Yeah. Also, I think I'm going a little overkill on this first, like, initial coat. Like, I haven't even done my real first coat where you coat all the paper over the paper tape. So I might be going a little overkill, but well, it'll just look that much better.
I figured it would create more dust. I probably shouldn't say that because, like you said, I think the next layer will.
Yeah, there's just going to be so much more mud.
I guess that's easy for me to say when you're the one that's covered in the dust right now.
Yeah.
Well, it looks good. The first layer of mud and tape is officially done. Spencer spent all yesterday sanding the walls, and it was quite the mess in here. I know it was not fun for him, and he was just completely covered, but at least it's done and we're ready to move on to the next coat of mud, which this one is really exciting because with this coat, we'll be able to completely cover all the tape and everything and really get a feel for how the walls are gonna look. So now that you've done a lot as far as the drywall process goes, do you wish we would have hired someone to do it?
No.
Right?
No.
I mean, it's easy for me to say, but I think you've done a really good job. Like, this is such a big part of our home that there's honestly no one I would trust more than you to do it. No, seriously, like who in the world is gonna care as much about our walls as you are?
True.
This is just one of the reasons why we wanna try to do everything ourselves if we can.
Yeah, and I wanted to just understand the process, you know? So.
Right, because you wanna build other things and to just never learn it because it's difficult.
Right. So yeah, I'm not really sure what tool I think is the best tool quite yet. I know there's probably the right and wrong way to do something, but so what I'm going to be trying out, I got a standard 6-inch knife, this little tape trowel or tape knife, and a trowel. So I don't know. I'm just going to wing it until
That's our motto.
wing it until it looks good.
Wing it till it looks good.
Yeah.
There you go.
All right, so I'm going to try out the trowel first.
I am so excited.
So just maybe it's hot in here. I was just saying,
You're
like,
just-
am I nervous?
Probably. I don't know. I mean, I'm a little nervous, but this is exciting.
I feel I'm going to go through compound mix real quick. I wonder if it's better to use the hawk on this.
I love you, and I know it's gonna end up looking good, but this is pretty darn terrifying to watch.
I have faith in you, man. I don't really know what I'm doing here.
I can tell. Just remember, if this gets totally messed up in here, it's okay. We'll just put our clothes in front of it.
Something tells me there's a good time coming. Just wait and see. You got to put a little faith in something. Might as well be with me.
Is this layer harder than the first one?
Yeah. I think it's taking me longer.
Really? Oh God. That is not what I want to hear.
I feel free, so free.
Okay, I've learned a lot so far. I hate mudding. That's pretty much what I've learned. Out here in the master, this is my second area. Closet was the first area that I attempted to mud, and I was going way too thick on my mud. And I mean, if you look in there, you can still tell it's drying. I've done this second in this. Most of the spots in here are almost completely dry, where in there I still got wet spots from yesterday. And also like it's more textured. So it's going to be require a lot more sanding in there. But at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter because we're going to have a whole closet built out in there, so, or shelving and everything built out in there. So you're never going to see it anyways. But I think I'm getting the hang of it. Knock on wood. But yeah, so hopefully this just gets a little bit easier as I go along.
You know what I think is funny?
What?
Is the other day you're like, I hate taping. But then now you're like, I hate mudding.
Yeah, I thought the whole coating process would be easier, but honestly, I think this may be more difficult than mudding. Or I mean, taping.
It's all one and the same.
Yeah.
So would you say after doing it that drywall officially sucks?
Yeah, 100%. Ada!
We haven't had hail in a really long time. Hopefully there's no tornado coming. Today is a beautiful sunny day and we're trying to utilize that as much as we can. Spencer got the mower all charged up and he's out there mowing the lawn. And I'm sure he's really enjoying it, having a nice break from being in here because the poor guy is just in here all day and night drywalling, and I know that that is not fun. So he's getting a little break from that. Yes, his breaks are mowing the lawn.
So anybody that wants an update on our electric mower, I love the thing so far. The only downside is its range. I mean, it's totally dependent on the grass condition, so whether or not the grass is a little moist or if it's dry, how long it's been since I've mowed the last time, so how long the grass is. So we have, how big would you say this is? Maybe a half acre right here in this fenced in area, I'd probably say.
At least.
Yeah, I'd say roughly about a half acre-ish, but it's all sorts of different terrain, like there's slopes and whatnot. So, and I got a lot of objects to mow around. So ideally it would do the whole yard, and when it's in the right conditions, like the grass is more dry and a little bit shorter, a little bit more maintained, I can do pretty close to the whole yard. But like right now I still got probably maybe a quarter of the yard left, and I have to go recharge it. It doesn't let you run it all the way down. So in the future I would like to eventually upgrade the batteries and something like twice to triple the size. That way I can do this whole yard, go up, mow the driveway, and then come back and still have some range left. So just so you know.
And yeah, this isn't a sponsor or anything. We know we get lots of questions about it.
Yeah, definitely it's not sponsored. We're actually not sponsored by anybody. We're sponsored by us.
By Life Uncontained.
Yeah.
Isn't it crazy how a mowed lawn can transform a place?
Oh no, how much better it looks. Like
For
I like
real.
the natural flowers, but mowed yard looks so much better.
Right. What's going on?
Finding a bunch of blisters underneath my corner. Blisters are from not having enough joint compound underneath the paper tape, and the corner bead, obviously I didn't put enough joint compound underneath it. Trying to cut out as much of the blister as possible and then salvage it. I hope I don't have to rip this whole entire thing out.
So this right here is what he's talking about. That is what is no good.
Alright, well I cut out the blisters and recoated it in mud. Should be fixed, but I mean, time will only tell, so fingers crossed, but it should be alright.
So we're almost done with this whole first layer of mud, the first layer over all the tape, and it looks really good so far. It takes a long time.
Yeah, much longer than I anticipated. Slow and tedious. The inside corners are what really are taking me the longest. It sucks. I kind of I don't wish we hired out. It would have been nice.
I understand why people do.
Yeah, 100%. So I'm glad I'm doing it, but at the same time, it would have been nice to just have it done in
Right, it's
a week's time versus what?
Multiple weeks.
Yeah, several weeks.
But yeah, we need to get in our house like now. I mean, we've been in that cargo trailer now for over a year and a half. And we're definitely over it. Especially right now, it being springtime and we have so many storms. That thing is just not built to be lived in through all of that. Like for example, whenever we get really hard rains, water gets in through the door.
Well, like wind-blown rain.
Yeah.
So last night we got rain coming into the door because it doesn't seal perfectly, and yeah, so the floor gets wet. And then on top of that, there's only a thin layer of insulation, and it's pretty much a metal box, so anytime it rains real hard, it's really loud, but when it hails, oh my gosh.
Yeah, last night it started hailing. Whoa. Yeah, like last night we had tons of hail and it hitting the roof of that cargo trailer. It is crazy how loud it is. You definitely cannot sleep. And between that and the water, the rain coming in through the door, it's not fun. I am more than ready to move into this house. Once the walls are done, then we can get that going.